see it. You can see the walls of the cliff, right over here on the northern kind of side. All right. This is a long. Imagine a heart shape, right? A heart shape that's stretched out real long. So you can see over there is the top of the heart. When we at the edge of our field school last night, if you looked last night or this morning, you were looking at this crater further south. You didn't see this part of it. You certainly didn't see the cliffs that we're on right here. So they call this a crater. It's not a crater. What is a crater? Anybody know? Have you ever seen craters? Yeah. What produces? What's that? Meteorites or volcanoes. Very good. And those are naturally formed craters, right? So, and what is that? It's like a perfectly round circle, usually perfectly round circle that left over from behind it. First of all, this is not a perfectly round anything, as you can see. And secondly, it was formed naturally, but it's not a meteorite. It wasn't a volcano. There was lots of volcanic activity going on. All that dark stone that you see there is volcanic ash. It all happened underground. So the word for this thing is called a Makhtesh. M-A-K-H-T-E-S-H. Makhtesh, okay? Makhtesh. That's the Hebrew word. And a Makhtesh in Hebrew is like a mortar. You know the mortar and pestle? Okay? That's the Hebrew word for mortar. And that's what they use to describe this. So what is it? So, what you got going on here is erosion and stone. If you look closely, you can see the sedimentary rock that's all around you. Oh, look at that. Can't compete with that. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's super bird. Anyway, so y'all see that, right? It makes sense. I mean, you're used to rock. I mean, maybe you're not so used to Toronto. But you know that underneath is all this rock and stone, right? The earth is made of rock and stone. And sedimentary rock is those layers, you know, the dead sea creatures and dinosaurs fell down to the bottom of the sea, the whole earth is boom, boom, boom. Becomes rock and it's layers, sedimentary rock. You see that? It's so easy to see the strata, the horizontal rows of stone. Y'all see that? It would help if y'all. So what's going on? You got these layers and layers and layers and layers of stone, right? And that's normal, right? The whole earth is covered in water. And then you got this underground tectonic movement, volcanoes, volcanoes. And everything starts shaking and moving, and land masses rise up above the water, right? Like in the shape of a mountain range, or mountains, hills, and like in a long log kind of thing, okay? What happens when the rock and the stone arise above the water? So they bend, right? You got what used to be horizontal lines now become kind of curved on the side. And there's cracks in the system. There's cracks. And the cracks are now exposed. They were underwater, now they're exposed. They're exposed to wind, air, and rain. And, you know, repeated rain starts seeping into the rock. You know what water does? It erodes. It erodes the rock and the stone as it flows away. And because it's no longer flat, it's like this. The water will flow. It's flowing down. It's making its way to the Dead Sea, the area which is below sea level. That's natural. It wants to go that way. So that's where the water's going, and it's eroding the rock. What I didn't tell you is underneath, you can look and see it clearly. Underneath the relatively hard sedimentary rock, dolomite, limestone, flint, and marl, which is really soft. You got sandstone. See all that sandstone? Sandstone is created in shallow water areas. Shallow water areas. And sandstone is very soft. You ever seen sandstone? You ever kind of rub with your fingers? You know, it just, boom, it becomes sand. So that's what's underneath this stuff. So the cracks in the surface allow the water to go through and start eroding away. And when water reaches the sandstone, it just, boom, like water in a sugar bowl. It just sweeps it all away. And now the roof collapses, right? Everything underneath it collapses, so the whole inside is gone, right? Where we're standing used to go straight across to the other side. This was all flat and then risen above. You understand? Think about a soft-boiled egg. You break off the top of a soft-boiled egg and you start digging your way up. So you know there's all these different colors along the side, right? That's the rock layer. Down below, you've got whatever's left of the yolk. Up on the side, that's what's going on here. The deeper down you look is the older rock, right? But these volcanoes erupted underground, right? So all the lava, the magma, all that stuff you see, it's called plutonic rock when it hardens underground, right? As opposed to it's igneous rock, but plutonic means it hardened underground, and that's what you're looking at. It's all been exposed. There are only 5 naturally formed craters, Makhtesh, in the entire world. You know where they are located? Obviously there's one here, but where are the other 4? Grand Canyon? No. Granted, so that's the difference between a canyon and a Makhtesh. The water, a canyon, you got a river flowing through it, one end coming out the other. So there are rivers that created this, the water, the stream, the flow, but it's not like in one end and out the other, right? It kind of flows down from the rainfall and the flooding, right? We don't get a lot of rain in the desert, but the rain that flows in the desert is moving because it's looking for the low place. So you got floods all the time. So all five of them are here in Israel. The only place in the world that exists is here in Israel, in our desert. It's such a unique phenomenon that the geological term for it is the Hebrew word, Makhtesh. Right? If you study geology anywhere in the world, you'll learn about Makhtesh, that phenomenon over there in Israel. Right? It's a Makhtesh, which is